We all carry wounds. These wounds are a part of life. But what if I told you that the biggest obstacle to healing isn't the wounds themselves? What if it's something deep inside us? This obstacle is the ego. The ego is the part of us that wants to protect us from pain. It builds walls and wears masks. It wants to keep us safe and secure. But here's the thing. The ego's protection can become a prison. It can keep us stuck in old patterns. It can prevent us from truly healing. To heal, we need to face our wounds with courage. We need to step outside the ego's comfort zone. We need to embrace vulnerability and authenticity. Lise Bourbeau, in her book Ego, identifies 5 core wounds that we all experience. These wounds shape our lives in profound ways, often without us even realizing it. Understanding these wounds is the first step towards healing. By recognizing them, we can begin to address the deep-seated issues that affect our behavior and relationships. The first wound is rejection. This wound often starts in childhood and can leave lasting scars. This wound makes us feel unwanted or unloved. It can manifest in various ways, such as feeling excluded or not fitting in. Imagine a child being told they are too much or not good enough. These words can cut deep and leave a lasting impact. This can lead to fear of intimacy and difficulty forming close relationships as adults. The fear of being rejected again can be paralyzing. The second wound is abandonment. This wound is rooted in the fear of being left alone or unsupported. The fear of being left alone or unsupported, it can create a deep sense of insecurity and anxiety. A child who experiences emotional neglect from a parent might develop this wound. The feeling of being abandoned can be overwhelming. As adults, they might become clingy or dependent in relationships. The fear of being left can drive them to hold on too tightly. Humiliation is the third wound. This wound can make us feel deeply ashamed or unworthy. It can be triggered by being ridiculed or belittled. Think of a child constantly criticized for their appearance. This can lead to a lifelong struggle with self-esteem. They might grow up feeling self-conscious and afraid to stand out. The fear of being humiliated again can be crippling. The fourth wound is betrayal. This wound forms when trust is broken. It can make it difficult to trust others in the future. A child whose parent breaks promises repeatedly might develop a fear of vulnerability. The pain of betrayal can be deep and long-lasting. They might struggle to trust others as adults. The fear of being betrayed again can lead to isolation and loneliness. Finally, there's the wound of injustice. This wound stems from feeling treated unfairly. It can create a deep sense of resentment and anger. Imagine a child who is always compared unfavorably to a sibling. This can lead to a lifelong struggle with feelings of inadequacy. They might develop a rigid sense of fairness and struggle with authority. The wound of injustice can make it difficult to accept the imperfections of life. The ego doesn't want us to face our wounds. It acts as a shield, trying to protect us from the raw pain that lies beneath the surface, even if it means keeping us stuck in a cycle of avoidance and self-deception. It does this through 3 main tactics: denial, projection, and justification. These tactics are subtle yet powerful. Denial is the ego's way of pretending the wound doesn't exist. We might convince ourselves that everything is fine. We might tell ourselves, "I'm over it," when deep down the pain is still there, festering and unresolved. Projection is when we see our own wounds reflected in others. It's a way to avoid facing our own pain. We might accuse someone of being untrustworthy because we ourselves have a deep-seated fear of betrayal. This creates conflict and misunderstanding. Justification is the ego's way of explaining away our hurtful behaviors. We rationalize our actions to avoid guilt. We might say, "I lash out because I'm stressed," without acknowledging the underlying wound of rejection driving our actions. This keeps us from healing. The ego's tactics are sneaky. They operate under the radar, making it hard for us to see the truth. They keep us blind to the real source of our pain. We remain in the dark, unable to address the root cause. But by becoming aware of these tactics, we can start to break free. Awareness is the first step towards healing and growth. The path to healing: awareness, acceptance, and compassion. Healing is a journey, not a destination. It's a continuous process that unfolds over time. It requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to face our pain. This journey is deeply personal and unique to each individual. Here are some steps to guide you on this path. Steps that can help you navigate through the complexities of healing. Awareness. The first step is to acknowledge the wounds. Recognize the pain that has been buried deep within. What experiences from your past have left their mark? Reflect on the moments that have shaped you. Which of the 5 wounds resonates most deeply with you? Identify the emotions that surface. Acceptance. This doesn't mean condoning the pain. It means recognizing it as a part of your journey. It means acknowledging that the wound is a part of your story. Embrace it without judgment. It means letting go of shame and judgment. Release the negative emotions that hold you back. Compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a loved one. Be gentle with yourself. Understand that your wounds do not define you. They are merely chapters in your story. They are simply a part of your journey. Embrace the lessons they bring. Healing isn't about erasing the past, it's about transforming our relationship with it. Finding peace within the chaos. It's about moving from a place of pain to a place of power. Embrace your strength and resilience. Real-life scars. The impact of unhealed wounds. Unhealed wounds don't just disappear, they manifest in our lives in countless ways, impacting our relationships, careers, and overall well-being. In relationships, a person with a rejection wound might push others away before they can be rejected themselves. Someone with an abandonment wound might become overly dependent on their partner. In the workplace, a person with a humiliation wound might be a chronic overachiever, terrified of making mistakes. Someone with an injustice wound might struggle to collaborate or follow instructions. Unhealed wounds can also manifest as anxiety, depression, addiction, and chronic stress. They can keep us trapped in cycles of self-sabotage and unhappiness. Recognizing these patterns is a crucial step towards healing. It's about connecting the dots between our past experiences and our present-day struggles. Embracing authenticity, the power of letting go. Letting go of the ego's grip is a powerful act of self-love. It means releasing the need to control, to be perfect, to have all the answers. When we let go of the ego, we create space for authenticity. We allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to be seen for who we truly are. This doesn't mean we won't experience pain, but we learn to navigate pain differently. We learn that we are not our wounds. We are so much more than our past experiences. Living authentically means showing up in the world with our hearts open, even when it's scary. It means embracing imperfection and celebrating our unique journey. Your journey begins now. Healing is a choice. It's a choice to step out of the shadows of the past and into the light of the present moment. It's a choice to embrace vulnerability as a strength, not a weakness. Take some time to reflect on the 5 wounds. Which ones resonate with you? What steps can you take today to begin your healing journey? Remember, you are not alone. There are countless resources available to support you on this path. Books, therapists, support groups, and more. The journey might be challenging at times, but the rewards are immeasurable. Healing your wounds is a gift you give to yourself, to your loved ones, and to the world. Take the first step today. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content.